Hey there, it's Clumpkin. Hope we're having a great day so far. Today's topic is about how we are the accumulation of our surroundings and kind of everybody and everything around us. And I'd like to thank the idea for this video uh, to my Mima, who sent me a quote just like out of the blue from a book she was reading. And just to start off the video, I'd like to read that quote. So, uh, it starts. The people we surround ourselves with either raise or lower our standards. They either help us become the best versions of ourselves or encourage us to become lesser versions of ourselves. We become like our friends. No man becomes great on his own. No woman becomes great on her own. The people around them help to make them great. We all need people in our lives who raise our standards, remind us of our essential purpose, and challenge us to become the best versions of ourselves. Um, and that's pretty true sauce. Um, and I just kind of wanted to make a video talking more about that because I don't think I've ever talked about this, so figured why not now, right? Um, so yeah, and then the gameplay correlates slightly to the topic because the thing is an accumulation of rocks. So I thought that was fitting. Um, but yeah, so yeah, that's we are the accumulation of other people. Um, while we still are ourselves, kind of like our personalities and our interests are kind of like come from other people and society. Um, but yeah, like we are an accumulation of other people, and whether good or bad, we all are little bits and pieces of other people in our lives, and little just anybody we meet. Uh, like for an example, like people, you know how people develop accents? It's like when you're living around other excuse me, it's when you're living around people with accents, right? So if I were to like live in Australia for like 10 years, I'll probably have a bit of an Australian accent at that point. Just because everyone around me is talking that way, I think I'd probably pick up some of that. So, you know, um, yeah. Another example is I start saying things that my friends say, or I pick up like phrases that they say often or something, and one thing my girlfriend would say is la la la, and I would start doing that too. So thanks. No, I'm just kidding. I'm joking, but yeah, it's just like little things that we like pick up from other people, and you know, we're just like an accumulation of things. Another example of this is our environments. So like people pick up habits or they drop habits because of the things around us. So a bit of a dark example, not a dark example, a little bit of a more mature example of this is drinking or drugs, right? In my life, I've been surrounded by people who either drink or do drugs. And because of that and because of how I've seen it affect people and how I've seen the negative causes of it, I just swear to myself, I've made a promise to myself to never do that stuff ever. Um, at least as long as much as I can control. Um, right? I never, because of that, I never want to drink, right? I don't plan on ever being a big drink person. I never plan on taking substances because of how I've seen it affect people in my life and my family. So that's just kind of an example of the product of my environment. And they could go both ways, right? I think I'm lucky enough to see how it's affected people and be like, I never want to do that. But then there's also the cases of it's around people and they end up picking it up because of that. So it can really either go both ways. And I'm lucky enough to to have a resentment towards it, I guess. I don't know if that's lucky, but I ended up having a resentment towards substances and seeing what it does to people. Um, but yeah, that's a little mature example of of surroundings, but it is just an example, right? So we are bits and pieces of the people around us. Like probably our teachers too. Like when you go to school or something, when you're little or even just now, your teachers are, you pick up things from them probably. Um, I think one example, some of the ways my handwriting I've picked up from my teachers. Like I think the way I write my G's, the way I write my capital G's is because of my piano teacher. And the way I write my Y's is because of my math teacher. I do the U and then the hook, for my Y's. Most of the time, and I probably wouldn't have done that if it weren't for them. So just like little things. Um, but yeah. So I know this isn't much of like this isn't a crazy thing to talk about. But I think it's neat, and I don't know, it's just something I wanted to talk about, and yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed me straight up clobbering these robots in Marvel Rivals. And yeah, I hope you have a great rest of your day. Don't forget to tell somebody you love them, and I'll catch you on next week. See ya.